Yeah, thanks Bob, and good afternoon to all of you. Thanks very much for responding to our call to come out today to show solidarity with our GMB members at these recycling centres. I see people here from Unite Community, from the FBU. We got people from other unions as well here, and many activists and people who've been very strong in helping us and up many struggles around the city. We've also got Phil Turner from the NUJ, who's just been sacked at Rotherham Advertiser, and we're mounting a big campaign for you, Phil, and hopefully we can sort your problem out in the not too distant future. I just want to say that as far as we're concerned at Sheffield Trades Council, we see this as being an absolutely shocking dispute here, which needs the oxygen of publicity and solidarity and support from the whole city, because this isn't just about a case of workers who are being badly treated. They're working on a really important service of this city, recycling people's waste and doing a really important environmental job, one which they should have good and respectful conditions. But more than that, this is a public service. This is something that used to be run by our City Council directly. And I say it should be run again by our City Council now. There's the most clear example here of where privatising important public services is an absolute disaster for working people. I'm not going to comment about the main Veolia contract. I'd like to see that back in-house today, but they've then subcontracted out the dump it sites, as we call them, these recycling centres, to a charity. And you've heard from Peter Davis some of the history of that, about how what appeared at first to be a social enterprise with a social conscience, maybe this was a good idea instead of some horrible big private company running it directly. But what we're seeing, and we've got a lot of experience now in the trade union movement, that where we contract out to so-called charities, far from them being the model employers they pretend to be, in many ways they end up being the worst kind of employers. Employers prone to corruption, filling their own pockets with massive salaries and treating the workers with absolute contempt. Later on we've got Brian Kennedy speaking to you, who was a sacked Unite convener for a charity in London, who's got a very similar story of the kind of struggles that Unite in particular has been facing with these contracted out services from local councils, and finding that these kind of employers are indeed some of the worst there are. Now, I'm absolutely shocked, having talked to Peter and to the two shop stewards here who are here today, Gordon and Jim. Jim's over there, Gordon, I can't see at the moment, Gordon at the back there. These two guys were the shop stewards bravely standing up for their members against this company. And they find themselves dismissed for standing up for their members, being a thorn in the side of this company. And you know, this is absolutely appalling that in 21st century Britain we have a situation where union reps are treated with such disrespect as that. We've now got a Tory government bringing in a further tranche of anti-union laws. They're saying that unions are a problem in society, that we're getting in the way of business making a legitimate profit. Well, I say there's no way that any employer, any business, any company should be operating without a union, without a collective bargaining agreement, and without respecting the elected reps who are standing up in difficult circumstances to represent their members. And I salute Jim and Gordon for the work they've done for their members here, and for taking the ultimate sacrifice of being sacked. And I'm saying that with the solidarity for the Trade Union Council, from the solidarity of trade unions in the city, and I hope too that people of this city will sort this out and get Gordon and Jim their jobs back and get something sorted here in this city. Now look, we need to realise this is probably going to be a long campaign. They've already been fighting for a long time themselves. We're only just starting to realise that we as a trade union movement need to stand solidly behind these people, and I pledge the Trades Council's continuing support for as long as it takes until we put this right. But there's going to be more campaigns, we're going to do more rallies like this at the other sites. But I'm also going to be writing to Julie Dorr, the council leader, tomorrow on behalf of the Sheffield Trades Council, demanding an urgent meeting with us and the GMB to say to Julie, yeah, look, we know you've been trying to help, but you've really got to step up your act now. We're not prepared to stand around any longer and see good people treated in this way in a contract here which is the responsibility of the city council in this city. And the Labour Council, I've got a lot of respect for Julie Dorr, but the time for the talking has got to stop. This council contract has got to be put right, and I reckon the best way of doing that is to take it off Greenco and bring it back directly under the control of the City Council once more. So I'll finish by saying thanks very much for coming. It's very important to see all of you here. I want to see more people at the next rally, more people at the rally after that. Let's put a real focus on the appalling exploitation and bad practice of this company and say in Sheffield, we the people of Sheffield are not going to put up with it any longer. Thanks very much.